All right, hello. My name is Jeremiah Ramos, and this is the Level Design PNP4 assignments for week 4. So here we have our Trello list. I have created a new section for my level, and we have our Trello card. So my level is a underground dungeon. It will be the first dungeon that will allow the players to battle low-level enemies to grind XP and items before progressing towards more dangerous areas or locations. We have our data document here, which we will open in a minute. Some of the task lists that I needed to overcome: how big to make the level. I didn't want it to be too excessive. It needed to be what's considered the right size. How many NPCs will be a decent amount to keep in the level. I needed to create a camera script that would allow the camera to follow the player. I tried sending the camera as a child to the player, and that didn't work out well. So I'll show you what I did to that. Boundaries to prevent the player from maneuvering outside the design level. Will the level be just one large area? So just a few things that I needed to create there. Let's go ahead and open up the data document. There we go. All right. So this level here is the first floor to our underground dungeon. I created this myself. Some general attributes. So here we go. Floor 1 to our dungeon. The external area, very top here, you have a ladder that takes you out into the back to the plains, and here you have another stairs that takes you further down to allows the player to descend to deeper floors. So our environment, it's underground. The purpose of this is to introduce our player to the underground biomes. Also, combat low-level NPCs, acquire general items in the beginning of the game, and to develop experience points along the way. Some narrative: player must slowly level up and venture further below. There will be further missions that will allow the player to reach lower levels to acquire certain items or defeat certain monsters or enemies. So data attributes. So exit conditions: you can either ascend the ladder or you can descend the ladder. Either way works. We have our max size of our map. Some events: you can either defeat all the enemies. If you want to go above and beyond, there'll be chests within each floor that they can open. Some visual attributes: so we have our chest and world coordinates, and then some pillars. So we have our chest in the chest room 1, and then the treasure room 2. You have a second chest, and then of course our pillars within the actual main treasure room. Our entrance: so we have our ladders that shows which one exits the actual cave, the dungeon, and then the next area that allows the NPC to head back down. And of course, the entrance will serve as an exit. So the NPCs in this area will be the escalators. So I'm thinking maybe spawning about 6 to 10 to see how things go from there. Trying to figure out what's an adequate amount. So areas that the player will be safe from: of course, the entrance would be the main area once they enter. Anything after that is off limits. Areas will become clear as the player destroys the enemies in that area. But there will be a respawn timer for our enemies, that every so minutes or seconds they will respawn again. Because again, we want the players to be able to grind experience points. Other descriptions: so levels used to introduce as an introduction to the game, grinding for experience points and items. Area environment most applicable: so it's central to the game. As the player levels up and the enemies become weaker, the player can descend further below, where the enemies only strengthen and become stronger. So in that area, in this floor, again, event triggers: we have our 2 chests, and then ascending and descending the ladder will trigger new scene as well. Interactions with the chest and attacking NPCs, and our behaviors: again, tutorial, and it's an introduction to our dungeon, which I guess that should be dungeon biome. Let's go ahead and change that really fast. And our Skeletor class. Related, again, as they progress further down, you have your Skeletor ranks, Skeletro, and the boss will be the Kostra. There's different ones that I haven't figured out, but I kind of just want to leave it open there. so we can add more types. And that is our Trello card. Here is what I use to create the level. It's an app called Tilted. I was able to figure out how I wanted it to look using an Excel spreadsheet, and then kind of go from there. And then here is our level. Going to make that big there. So we have our player. The camera moves with our player. We can shoot. You look at the scene. We already have an NPC patrolling one of the areas. And then the script was a Unity tutorial that just allows the camera to offset itself from the player as the player moves from location to location. And that is it. Thank you very much.